It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and in my last Browar Staropolskie video, I said this is the last one. I did have a little dig round in my beer stash over there, and I come across another bottle. This is a Polish honey lager. I know that because I've seen that word before. Miodne. Miodne means honey. 4.7% ABV, 500 milliliter swing top bottle. Now, they're quite synonymous with honey lagers, are the Poles. They do, it's quite a big thing in Poland. I know Perla, the brewery Perla, I know they have a honey lager that's very popular. I've had a few other honey lagers whilst I've been in Poland. So it seems to be a thing. It seems to be part of their beer buying, drinking experience is to make these honey lagers. So let's see what this one's like then. I do like the swing top cap on these beers. Brown bottle. Let's get it out into a glass, see what we get. Whoa, look at that one. Oof. What a bang on this one. So we've got a 2-finger white head on this beer. Good levels of carbonation. Little bit hazy towards the bottom of the glass. You can see it's a little bit unfiltered there down at the bottom. And then as you get to the top of the glass, you can just see it's a slightly more clear, so any of the sediment it's made its way to the bottom of the glass. Nice levels of carbonation. It looks like a pretty good beer. Shall we get the aroma on it then? I picked this one up, cost me £2.50. Picked it up in a Polish delicatessen type shop. Aroma. Yes, honey all the way through this. All the way through. Light, crisp malts with a honey aroma to it. A little bit hoppy, picking up some kind of fruity hops in there. It smells pretty good. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Oh, sweet, sweet, sweet. That's what the honey offers though, isn't it? It's funny. It all depends. Everything in life, it all depends what you like. I've trained my palate to like bitter things, more savoury things, more bitter things in life. And on a personal level, for me, the moment I'm putting a honey beer to my mouth, it's like, whoa, that's quite sweet. But what I need to remember, and what you guys are probably thinking, is most people like sweet stuff. Now they do. So the majority of people will drink this beer and thoroughly enjoy it. Lots of people like honey, lots of people like sweet stuff. This is quite sweet. This is lean into the sweet tooth people out there. Starts off, carbonation pushes the beer around the inside of the mouth, releases more of the flavour. It's a little bit of a kind of creamy, rich mouthfeel. It's sweet with the malt. The malt is over here. It's a little biscuity. Then you get some of that honey coming through. And then the finish on the beer, because it is 4.7% ABV. The finish on the beer is not of any signs of alcohol whatsoever. This is much more to do with like just a slight warming sensation as the beer hits the pit of the stomach. You're not really getting any sense of the alcohol whatsoever. It's well hidden. And that's probably the addition of the honey. The honey is kind of like offering up that difference, if you like, that being slightly different, offering some honey, making it slightly different in terms of like food pairing. How would you what food would you have with this beer? I mean, the obvious kind of like temptation is like honey glazed chicken or something like that, honey glazed ham or something of that description. But that would be too easy, wouldn't it? That would be too easy. I reckon this would go really well with a curry. I reckon this beer would go really well with an Indian curry. If you had something quite kind of hot, like a garlic chili chicken from your local Indian takeaway, or if you prefer to sit down in the restaurant, you could go from that to having a few sips of this sweet beer just to knock out, just the sweetness will kind of like knock out some of that spice, you know? Am I glad I picked it up? On a personal level, this is not for me. I wouldn't buy it again. I like to try these things, of course, in life. Maybe one day I will come across a honey beer that I'll actually like. But for me, they lean far too over here towards sweetness for me. They're far too sweet for my own personal palate. I prefer something malty with then a great whack of bitterness on the back end. And this is just malty and sweet. It's not quite doing it for me. But I have to rate it as a honey beer. I'm not rating it like, oh, I don't really like this beer. I need to rate it as a honey beer. And I've had 4 or 5 honey beers now. And this is exactly what you're kind of going for. This is exactly what you're looking to expect from a honey beer. So for that reason, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.